Workflow is important for animators, and especially for animators on small teams. Our team is about 24 people total, and between myself and a freelance animator, we do all the animation for the characters in the game. So we've had to come up with an efficient workflow to create all of the anims. This is Neva. She's our mech champion, and she is going to be our example for how to create the jump animations that we need in game. Every character has jumps, but in game, jumps are created by splitting up a single animation into several different animations, and then those are programmatically assembled. So if you can see this, she is basically doing a complete jump here. She's starting and ending in the idle pose, and she's including an anticipation pose where she squats down, and then she's going to jump. She's going to reach the apex of the jump, and then she's going to fall back down and land. And so there's different parts to the jump, but what I do is I'll create this animation, this single animation, to really get the feel for the weight and the timing of the character, and then I'll break that up. So let's go into game and take a look. This is the complete jump animation that I was just showing you, playing it real time in the editor. So you can see that it includes all the parts of the jump that we need. Now, when I break it up for the game, I'm going to break it up into several animations. Let me just bring this over here. You can see that we've got here the jump apex, we've got the jump fall, we've got the jump animation. We've also got the complete animation that we've got here. So let's go through those and see how we create those individual animations. We'll start with the push off, what we call just simply the jump animation. And you'll see that it starts in the down pose. So this anticipation pose that in the complete animation started from the idle pose and then she squatted down, we need to be the first frame of that animation, because if it isn't, when the character or when the player presses the jump button, we're going to get this lag between when the character pushes off and when we want the player wants that character to be jumping. So this animation jump is simply 10 frames long, and you'll see that it's just from the down pose into the push off pose where she extends upward, and then up into where she's going to be at the apex of the jump. So it's a very quick animation. The jump apex is the next animation that we're going to be looking at, and you can see that that's just a single pose. It's only 1 frame long, and the character is sort of up in a pose that they will be used at the very, very top of the jump before they start to move downward. Then we go into a jumping fall. So this is actually a looping fall animation where the character can play this for as long as they need it. If they get jettisoned off of an air pad or if they fall for a long distance off of a platform, they can play this animation as they fall until they hit the ground. And then when they hit the ground, they're actually going to play the jump land, and you'll see that the jump land starts in a slightly extended pose where she is anticipating hitting the ground, and then it ends in the character returning to idle. But in that, she's absorbing the weight of the jump. We can also add additional land animations for like hard landing or rolls, but right now this is absorbing all of the weight from her jump. And so when all of those are completed and connected in the blueprint, then the character has the ability to jump in the game, and it looks weighty and it looks realistic. So here you can see Neva in the game, and when she jumps you can see that it's assembling those animations all together. If we jump off of the platform, we'll see that she'll play that looping animation until she lands, and when she lands she'll blend right into the run cycle. So that's a little bit of insight into how we create the jumps for our characters. I hope you enjoyed it.